All right, this is a book report that came in the mail today, written by Derry Morris Jr. Darry. All right, it's a One Day in the Life of Ivan Denisovich by Alexander Solzhenitsyn. The book was good in many ways. I can describe why the book was a good read. But to save time and the reader's boredom, I will only list three: history, culture, and entertaining. First off, the book One Day in the Life of Ivan Denisovich is very entertaining because it shows the creativity of a man who was taken from his life and thrown in a labor camp. For 10 years he spent his sentence in Siberia scribbling why he was against the communist Stalin and everything they stood for. Before Stalin died, he tried Solzhenitsyn for treason. Because a friend turned over a letter to authorities. Mr. Solzhenitsyn is represented by a character named Ivan Denisovich, who has the same traits and characteristics as the writer. It's just he couldn't physically do what his character could do without breaking one of the many laws in the USSR, telling us readers what it was actually like in those gulags. How so many survived, but twice as many perished. How the weak overcame and the strong became weaker or stronger. It is an informative expository book to give its readers a vivid picture of what so many experienced. Goes to show that prisons in the U.S. are 1 million times better than anywhere else. My second reason is culture. Russians have been noted for many things, and a thick, striving culture in literature and arts is above many others. Russia prides itself for the many composers, artists, and poets that was reared from the great Mother Russia. This one piece of art has been compared to many, including the great Tolstoy, who was a genius with his creativity. The little Russian had made them honor and endure more, creating great art along the way. In this book, it shows just that, a faithful servant and soldier for the party. He was then stripped of everything and thrown in the infamous gulags. In that dark environment, he showed he had hope, with the honest culture that only a Russian could possess. With the fluent stroke of his mind, he used art to open the doors to the dark abyss one would face in Siberia. Russians would write about their lives and their struggles, a story of the oppressed, showing they still loved Russia and created a class of their own with literature. From the book, it is one of many tragedies that plagued the citizens in the communist country, the ruthless Red Army and Moscow and their vile tactics for submission. Last but not least, history. Many people would say history and culture are one and the same, but let's not convolute things. Culture just defines that group of people. History is how they got there. Though the character was fictitious, it still was a real historic viewpoint of the Russian people then. Back in the early 40s and 50s, what they went through, the torture and endurement of those innocent men, women, and children. Part of the political system that was enforced from the kings, czars, Tars to the buildup of the communist reign of Stalin. The book shows exactly what they had and the decisions they made to change them forever. These people were given propaganda that created a divider between the serfs and their rulers and kept Russia stagnant, especially with the ruthlessness of Joseph Stalin, and the Marxist-Lenins of the world. It wasn't just in Russia, it was all over the world. Cuba, China, Korea, Germany, with its own leader, and so on. Communism never will die. It will only have a different dictator. History always repeats itself. These are the three reasons why I enjoyed this book. I hope others will see the same thing I've read when they open up such a journey through the world of communist Russia. Derry Morris Jr. And then Sean wrote at the bottom, "This is Sean Steller, and I approve this message." So we appreciate the book reports. We always learn something interesting. I have not read this book, but I've read at least a book report on it. God bless you guys, and have a great day.